This lecture about conditional and control statements of Python programming language. We cover module 2 part 1 in this session. I Konkon Jana going to throw my lecture in this session. Contents of module 2 are if else, if else, for, while, break, continue and pass. After completing, we will understand the principles and working of different control statements, namely if else and if else statement. We will also be understanding the principle and working of various loops, namely the for and while loops. Also, we will be able to use the control transfer statement such as break, continue and pass. Now, most of the beginners must be working with many type of devices and they be wondering what are control statements. Control statements are nothing but a series of statements that a program follows to get the desired result. That means the expected result. To get the expected result, a decision need to take. Let's first try to understand what are control statements and why they form an essential part of any programming language. You might have used the ATM machine to withdraw money. What do you do when you insert your debit card? The very first thing you watch on the screen are the options to choose from the menu. Now, you have to perform certain actions, else your card would be turned out after some time. In case you keep the computer waiting for a long time in ideal situation. That means a decision will be taken by the computer. When you choose to withdraw, you have to provide the correct amount which is required to be withdrawn from the machine. If you provide the wrong amount, the computer will immediately give the message, please enter the correct amount. What happened here? Did you notice that? Here computer is merely following the instruction, nothing else. It has been ordered to accept only correct amount and prompt an error message on input of the wrong amount. This is one such scenario where you can see the use of control statement. Before starting with the control statement, we need to know how we get input from the user. That means interaction with the user is required. At least start with 3 types of input. Those are very essential to continue control statement right now. So, how to take string input? Basically, to take the string input, you need to write down the name of the variable. This is the variable. Okay, now input function will be used. Now it will be your prompt. Enter the value. Okay, so this will be your prompt. Now just write down the exact syntax for Python code. How? Suppose you like to enter your name, or you are asking to enter the name of the user. Name equals to input is the function. Now it will be the prompt. It will be the message for the user. Enter your name. Close the bracket. Now execute it. Enter your name. I am writing my name. Okay. Now to take the input as integer, what you have to do? Variable name will be there. You need to take the input with the prompt from the user. Now this is the string type input. So what you have to do? You need to cast it. Integer is the type conversion operator to cast it onto the integer value. Okay. So now go for the code. You like to take the age as input from the user. Input, enter your age. You need to cast it. That means type conversion is required. Integer type conversion function is used to cast it. Okay, now execute it. Enter your age. Suppose 40. Okay, now why their int is used? So why? Already I have discussed why int is used. Int used why? Because int is used for type conversion. From where? Character to integer type conversion. Now again I like to take another input from the user. Wait. This is float. We will be used for casting, and this is the prompt for the user. Enter your weight. Okay, this is a string input. Okay, and it will be converted to the float value, that is decimal value. Weight, enter your weight. Suppose 62.5 is my weight. Now print the values inputted by the user in user interaction mode. How to print it? The function print is used. Age. Okay, already I have entered age as 40. Now print name. Okay, this is my name, and print weight. Already I have entered it as 62.5. Okay, now can you format this output? Can you format this output? We know that it can be done with the help of format specifier. What are those? What are those? What are the format specifier? Already I have told in module 1. Format specifier. %d for integer type, %f for float type, and %s for string type. So these are the format specifier. For formatted output it will be used. Now why the formatted output is required? Just I am writing a code so it will be clear to you. I am writing print. In a single statement I am writing all this information for you. Print hi you are years old and weight is %f. Now how we will place the value, replace the value? This is the syntax. Already I have discussed in module 1. Now how the value will be outputted? Okay, this is the outputted value. Hi, you have written %s and name is the variable. The value is substituted here. Concon. Hi Concon, you are 40, % is there, and the value for integer is substituted there. Years old and weight is this 62.50000. What is it? Why this is written there? Why this is written there? So basically more format specification is required. Okay, more format specification is required. If we like to format it up to 2 place, what to do? Huh? What to do if I like to format it up to 2 place? This is my question for interaction. Float to decimal place code. Just tell me. I give you the option. And the option B is, which one is correct? Written %.2f, %2f. Which one is correct? Okay, fine. So the correct answer is the option A, that is percentage point to F. Okay, so just write down it and format it. I copied the code here. Okay, and here I have written point to F. So what will be the outputted value? The remaining these 0 all are discarded. This is the format specification. It is happen only for the format specifier F with this format specification. So this is the actual code. So this is sufficient for user interaction, that is to get the input from user. How to get the user? Now move to the control statement. First we will learn about if conditional control statement. If conditional control statement. What is the use of if? If will direct you to take the decision. You will take this decision or that. This is the conditional control statement. This is the conditional control statements in Python. What is the syntax of it? Okay. What is the syntax of it in Python? Why I am writing Python again and again? As because each and every language have these conditional statements. Without that, you will not able to take any type of decisions. And what is the syntax? If, now you need to write the condition. Okay, after writing the condition, put the colon value. Automatically this tab will be appended for the next line, and write the code for write the code if condition is true. Okay, so here you need to write down the code if the condition is true. If the condition is true, statements will be executed. These statements will be executed. How many type of codes, single line code, double line code you can write here. Okay, just you need to make a tab. Okay, after that you can write it. Otherwise it will be treated as another line to execute. Okay, now just I'm giving an example. And I am writing this onto a code, onto new file. Okay, suppose I am writing this one. Okay, suppose rs max is the maximum withdrawal limit for the user. Okay, in ATM I casted this on. Maximum withdrawal limit 10,000 for example. This is for ATM. ATM max withdraw limit is 10,000. Okay, next, what the user like to withdraw. This is the variable. Now I am making a prompt for the user to input the amount, enter amount to withdrawal okay. So I have made some mistake there. Okay, next, I have written this one, int input enter amount to withdraw. Okay, I will test if the withdrawal limit is crossed, then you are not able to withdraw the money from the ATM. Make a condition, if RS withdrawal, this is the variable I have written where the user will input the value. If RS withdrawal less than or equals to RS max, then we can say this amount exists. This amount exists in ATM. Okay, so this is my prompt and I will proceed next. Okay, now run this input, run this code first. Okay, this is the option, run this module. Okay, enter the withdrawal amount. I have pressed 5,000. Amount exists in ATM. Okay, now again run this code and write down the withdrawal amount as 15,000. So 15,000 written here, but nothing is displayed. Why? Because 15,000 is greater than 10,000. That's why you are not eligible to withdraw, and nothing message displayed, as because in your code only if it is true, then message will be displayed. But if it is false, then nothing will be displayed. Now we'll go for if else statement. Only if true block is present there. This is the true block. Okay. Now go for the if else statement. This is the if statement. Okay. Now if else statement. What is the syntax of it? So what is the purpose of if else? True if true if true then true section will be executed. Else false section will be executed. Okay, so this is the use of this. And what is the syntax in Python? If, write down the condition here. Why I am writing this one? This is the condition. Just when I am writing it in like in pseudocode, so I am using this format. Now colon, after that true section to execute. Okay, else false section to be executed. Okay, now just I am writing this code here. Else amount does not exist. Amount limit exit. Okay, so this is my code for else statement. Now run this one. I have made a mistake, so else colon will be there. Okay, again I have made this mistake here. Okay, now run it. Okay, now I am try to withdraw 15,000. It is not exist, so amount limit exit in ATM. Here false section executed as because 15,000 is greater than 10,000 and the condition is false. Now go for the conditional statement if elif else. If elif else. Next is if elif else. syntax of this. First I am writing the syntax. If condition 1. What I am writing? Condition 1. Now statement. Now you need to write down the statement there. Okay. Next I am writing this and condition n. What about condition n? The number of conditions you like to include there. Statement n is written there, and if none of the condition is satisfied, then whole section will be executed. Okay, so why elif is used? This is required when we need to include more than one condition to check. Now giving an example, now let's try to put college grades into use and understand how we can put the grades through programming. Just I am writing this code into a section. Okay, now I am writing this one. What is my question actually? This is my question. Why I am writing this is a multi-line statement. Suppose this is the grade. And for the grade, the score is this. A is the grade, and all grades above 4 when it will be, and it is B when 3 and below, above 3 and below 3.5. This is C when this is above 2.5 and below 3. Next D above, this is below 2.5. okay, now this I have closed the multi-line statement. Now take the input from the user. Suppose num is the variable. I like to take the grade. It may be a decimal number, and we need to cast it onto the float value. Now this is the prompt for the user. Okay, num variable will store the value. If num greater than 4, then later equals to, suppose, A. Else if num greater than 3, then later equals to B. Similarly, else if num greater than 2 then letter equals to C. Otherwise, if none of the condition is satisfied, then letter equals to D. Okay. Now print the grade. That is already I have stored onto the variable letter. The grade is this. This is the grade. Okay. This is letter will be replaced there. A value will be replaced here. Okay. Now execute it. Before that, you need to save. Now execute it. Enter the number. Suppose I have entered the number 3.5. The grade is B. Okay. So according to our code and condition, it will be B. Here we have declared a variable. Num to store the marks enter, and we have created a set of conditions which will check the marks input. For example, if the marks enter are greater than 4, then the code inside the if condition would be executed and the letter variable would be assigned to the value A or grade A. Likewise, if the marks enter are less than or equal to 4 but greater than 3, then the if condition would fail and the control will be passed on to the else if num greater than 3 condition block, and the letter variable would be assigned the value of B. So this is about module 2 of part 1. I have completed in this lecture. In next lecture, we will start loop in Python. Thank you for watching this session.